Hi 7th graders. Today we are going to be talking about lesson 2.6, which is all about multiplying fractions. So our learning target is that I can multiply fractions. Sounds pretty straightforward. Alright, so we are going to fill out our vocabulary box. So up at the top, we're just going to write multiplying fractions. So when we multiply fractions, all you have to do is multiply the numerator by the numerator, and then multiply the denominator by the denominator. Okay? But there are two different ways how we could go about this. We could just multiply straight ahead and then simplify at the end, or we can simplify now so that we don't need to simplify big numbers at the end. So when we simplify, we're going to simplify before in this case. We always simplify by going cross, like cross multiplication, like our butterfly method. So when we look at 5 and 15, can I simplify 5 and 15? Right, I can. I can divide both of them by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Good. Now we're going to do the same with our 6 and our 4. What number can I divide by that they both have in common when we think of our factors? Right, we can divide by 2 because they're both even. 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. So now we're really multiplying 1/3 times 2/3. Alright, so when we do this, we multiply straight across. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. So our fraction when we multiply is 2/9. Alright, but now let's look at when we don't simplify. So we're just going to simplify after. So we're just going to multiply straight across. 5 times 7 is 35. 6 times 10 is 60. What number can I divide both of these numbers in our fraction by? Right, I can divide them both by 5. 35 divided by 5 gives me 7. 60 divided by 5, is that 12? Yes, it is. Alright, so my fraction is 7/12, and I can't simplify that anymore, so that is my answer. Okay, we're going to look at a few examples. We are going to multiply the following fractions and then write our answer in the lowest form. So you can choose to simplify beforehand, or you can choose to simplify after. Either works. So let's look at number 1. 7/10 times 3/4. If I try simplifying before, is there a factor that 7 and 4 share? Right, there's not. What about 10 and 3? Nope, there's not. So we are just going to multiply straight across. 7 times 3 is 21. 10 times 4 is 40. We cannot simplify 21 over 40 because if we do our greatest common factors, 1 times 21, 3 times 7, 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 4 times 10, 5 times 8. Do they share any of the same factors? Right, they don't. So 21 over 40 is our answer. Alright, let's look at number 2. This time, let's try simplifying before. 3 and 21. Can I divide both of those numbers by a number that they have in common? Right, I can divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. 21 divided by 3 gives us 7. Alright, now we're going to do our 5 and 15. Can we divide that? Yeah, I can divide both of them by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So then I rewrite my fraction. I have 1 over 1 times 3 over 7. That might be pretty easy for you. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 7 is 7. If you did not multiply or did not simplify beforehand, you would multiply just straight across. 15 times 3 gives you 45. 21 times 5 gives you 105, I believe. Yes. And then we'd have to simplify this. So we know we could divide both of these by 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. 105 divided by 5 is 21. Can you simplify that again? Yeah, you can simplify by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Did we get the same thing? We did. Which one was easier, simplifying before or simplifying after? It's totally up to you. Both of them got you the same answer, but this one seemed like it took a little bit more work because we had to divide it twice. Okay, let's move on to the next one. 20 over 100 times 25 over 60. So again, I like to simplify ahead of time. So let's look at 20 and 60. What number could I divide both of them by? Yeah, I could divide by 20. 20 divided by 20 gives me 1. 60 divided by 20 gives me 3. Alright, now let's do 125. What numbers can we divide by for both of those? Yeah, I can divide by 25. 100 divided by 25 is 4. 25 divided by 25 is 1. So I rewrite my fractions. I now have 1/4 times 1/3. We multiply that out. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 3 is 12. So my answer is 1/12. Alright, we have one last problem. 1/3 squared. So what that is really saying, remember, if you remember our exponents, that's like I'm taking 1/3 times 1/3. When we multiply straight across, 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. So our answer is 1/9. Alright, so now what I would like you to do is I would like you to go to IXL and work on G1, which is all about multiplying fractions. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you made it this far, the word of the video is hot chocolate. So go ahead and send me a message and I will give you 1 bonus point if you watched all the way to the end.